which is good.
Cancel from
10th ace.
Saw a very similar point to that played in Rome between Philippoussis and Carretero, and it ended up with Philippoussis hitting the ball right at Carretero, and deservedly so, and Carretero really got incensed. We almost had fisticuffs on the court.
Toronto.
Not sure whether he's saying somebody yelled.
Yes, I didn't quite get the gist of that protest. Terrific serving from Stich throughout the match, keeping up this high average, 11 aces now. And this is his 11th service game. And Greg Rusdeski looking just a little dispirited right now. One love Stich in the third.
Und wo ist das Licht?
Links am Lenkrad, der kleine Hebel.
Und der Rückwärtsgang?
Oben links.
Und der Tank?
Bis zu 1300 Kilometer ohne zu tanken. Der Audi A6 TDI.
Welcome back. Michael Stich, 2 sets to love up now on Greg Rusdeski and 1 love up. Oh dear. He's missed
0 counts.
a whole number of overheads today. Just off balance all the time there. Rushing it. Never settled into position.
Yes, he's got a lot to rush because he's got a very long swing at the ball. It's not quite as long as Edberg's, but there's a lot of work to do.
0 count.
And it's actually probably the same reason that causes him not to serve quite as well as you would expect, David. In other words, every time he goes up to hit, there's just perhaps a little shade of difference in the action.
Lucky to get away with that.
Cancel.
You can see they've waited until after the second set to sweep the court. And as a result, there's a big clean mark there. Unfortunately for Rusdeski, about 2 meters long there.
Saying that people are moving during the points. Would have been the same thing that Rusdeski was complaining about when he was down this end.
30, 40.
If Rusdeski were to lose this service game, the writing really would be on the wall. Just, again, rushing a little bit, Rusdeski. Oof.
40.
Well, a couple of terrific shots. Firstly, the return by Stich, just keeping himself in what obviously was a very big point. And then Rusdeski taking his time, just the sort of shot in which you can lift your head and make a hash of it.
Avantage, Rusdeski.
Got to maintain that positive attitude. You sense that he's saying to himself, I've got to be more aggressive, try and do something more. And Stich, I think, has conceded on that one. Indeed he has. 1-1, and that was a big game for Rusdeski to have won.
Yes, we could be in for a pretty exciting tennis now because, as you say, Rusdeski might just feel that he's got to hit out that much more, got to take that many more chances. And providing he scores with a few, it'll be interesting to see how Stich reacts to it, because he can be fairly laid back about it all.
Fairly laid back about this serving. 12 aces in his 12th service game, so the average being maintained.
30.
One of the problems for Stich post his surgery, incidentally, in the surgery he said went terrifically. There was no pain at all. It was originally ligaments to his left ankle. He said one of the real problems was getting back to learn to move on clay again. He felt that getting to play on clay was the most difficult problem for him. Were it indoors, were it even grass, it wouldn't be quite so bad, quite such a test.
Terrific serving once again from Stich. No respite for Rusdeski. He's got a hold serve again. 2-1 Stich and 2 sets to love. Another look at Nicky Pilic and Sven Grunewald in front of him. And here's Rusdeski. 1-2. Well done. The Knowles-Teelstrom match, remember the winner of this plays the winner of that, continues to fluctuate. Knowles up 2 sets to 1 now. Teelstrom up a break early in the 4th. To love.
That's a game of real talent there. Players who produce it occasionally, but have got talent up their sleeves. Mark Knowles, Michael Teelstrom.
Yes, we're both fans of both of them, aren't we? Young men who, if they could just string it together regularly.
Oh, I thought the serve was in, but Stich knows better.
Well, I'm not sure that he does. He's having a second look, isn't he? Yep, 40 love.
Wayne McKeown, who handled the first Agassi match, which he applied fines to Agassi.
Yes, Agassi's lost quite a lot of money. Not that he exactly needs it. Shame we don't have a speed gun on that last serve. That sounded quick to me.
Yes, and one of the problems here, the ball rebounds off the back of the court, and if you're a Stich with the ball from Rusdeski going by you at 120 miles an hour, you're not too sure how fast it's coming back off the wall or where it's going to hit.
Just a slight delay because Michael was all ready to serve, and Wayne McKeown saying, hang on a minute, you've got to have a new set of tennis balls. 2-2. Andrei Medvedev did eventually win that second set against Bodin Ulirak, 12-10 on the tie-break, but Ulirak's up 2-love in the third. Peter Korda has an early break against Lionel Roux, 4-2 to Korda. And Mark Ross is now up 2 sets to love on Yuri Novak, so the Swiss to the 4. we are, we're already here. 2-all, third set.
Premier service.
Yes, there's no doubt that if you're coming to Paris for a tennis weekend, you've got to bring your umbrella for the shade. You've got to bring your sunglasses. No doubt about that. And a nice hat as well, I would suggest. So we're in for a triple decker here, Mercer.
Yes, the last two games were love service games. Bunk beds time, I suppose we could say.
That's it.
Indeed it is. So 3-2. And just the 3 breaks of serve in the match so far. Once again, Greg Rusdeski hiding behind the towel.
Yes, I think they've rather snatched the All England Club colours, don't you? That's the official towel, 1996 Paris Roland Garros towel. Mind you, there's so many official things here. And Rusdeski looking a bit Arabic. Of course, it was Stich who feels that he actually started the year a little too soon after the injury which took place in Vienna last year. Now, he started it in Qatar at the beginning of the year. And he actually feels that was a little too soon.
Yeah, let's recap on some of the early results today. Thomas Muster, and he went through in no time at all against Gerard Solvis. Goran Ivanisevic, confirmation that Jakob Vlasic did beat Jan Simmerink, and another Dutch defeat. Adrian Voynier putting out Schenk Schalken, and that means Voynier plays Muster, doesn't it, Fru? Just quickly.
It does, yes.
Yes, indeed. Now, Rusdeski serving. Our Dutch colleagues will be most upset because they were pointing out to me last night, I had dinner with a few of them, that no Dutch player had lost in singles in this championship, man or woman.
Well, and I think too that Muster, I think, will be pleased because I think Schalken had a sort of a good opportunity for having a good run at Muster, whereas Voynier, I don't think has that ability. Famous last words.
Yeah. Now, Schalken had a good run at Muster, didn't he, in the Monte Carlo Open. Love 30. Trouble here for Rusdeski. It's definitely a day for ice cream. So the first break points of the third set, and Rusdeski rather, I beg your pardon, there was one already, wasn't there? Rusdeski rather lunging at that. Needed one more step to get to the ball.
Well, interestingly enough, that's how Schalken played Muster, trading back. Of course, Schalken's a right-hander, but just playing on Muster's backhand a lot.